Completely up to you. Your dares to dream doesn't. But I know what it's like, what it can do to you. Because of Pamper's audaciously. He smokes. He used to. It's funny, I keep talking about him in present tense. Still not comfortable talking about him in past tense. I hate to have to. And what makes it worse is the reason why I can't talk about him in present tense. It has nothing to do with the beginning to end cycle of life we touched upon in the previous chapter. It has to do with smoking. Smoking is one of those things you don't know who suffers more doing. The loved ones of the smoker or the smoker in question himself. I can tell you this, it wasn't easy for us, most lovably Pampers and your dares to dream, to helplessly see Dad slip further and further away from us with every passing day. And it surely wasn't easy for him with those oxygen cylinders and he's still gasping for breath. Dad was diagnosed with COPD and he fought bravely for 4 long years. Long for him. His sufferings are gone now. But ours will last forever. As I mentioned in the chapter, were you made in America? Your dares to dream rebels without a care, since the time I was a kid. There was never anything socially acceptable about me. Still isn't. When Dad first noticed these socially unacceptable traits in yours truly, as early as in my early childhood, he bestowed upon me the title Mischievous Kid. And when he saw the same traits in yours truly growing up, he'd say to Mom, "This is such an arrogant girl. She can't be my daughter." I'd be amused, thinking, that's a question for Mom, I guess. Maybe most lovable can throw some light on this. Mom? I didn't say that out loud, of course. Dad would have kicked me out of his house much before yours truly was ready to take the plunge. After I got my first gray hair at the age of 17, I ran to Dad to proudly show him a sign that I might be maturing after all. On a side note, always baffles me how humans respond to maturity. When a hair turns gray at 17, we go nuts trying to parade it. And when all hair turn gray at 57, we go nuts trying to hide it. So when I went to Dad, he goes, "Oh yeah, I got my first gray hair when I was your age." And just like that, all doubts as to yours truly's originator, disappeared from his mind that day. Your dares to dream never had such doubts as to my being his daughter, because I am his exact carbon copy. I never listened to him when I was growing up, and he never listened to me when it came to smoking. He would not give in to any pleas for not smoking. Lovably Pampers went as far as throwing the cigarette packets away in garbage, little knowing there is more where it came from. I remember how stubborn he became when urged not to smoke, how he'd just dig in his heels. That's how I knew why I was the way I was, or am. I couldn't even go to see him at his wake, as it was such an inconvenient a time for me. I was in the middle of 9,000 things. I was in the middle of nothing. I was in the middle of shock. I was in the middle of denial. But you know what? There wouldn't have been a convenient time of his passing away. You'd never be able to say, okay, if such and such happens and then a loved one goes, that's fine. No, there is no such thing as a convenient time for a loved one to leave you. Mom told me how that fatal night in the wee hours of February 5th, 2012, Dad struggled during his final moments. How he just couldn't breathe anymore. How she kept giving him the ventilator and he kept tossing it aside, getting restless and anxious. How the ventilator was just not doing its job anymore. How he asked Mom for lovably pampers. Where is she? Where is she? He kept saying. And I know you asked for me as well. It's just that Mom doesn't remember. And how Mom called for an ambulance and Dad couldn't even make it to the hospital. So you are fortunate if you don't know anyone who smokes. If the ones you love and want to be with don't smoke, for you may get to keep them in your life for as long as you so desire. And if you do know those who smoke, let's do ourselves a favor and break all ties with them. For soon enough, they are going to break our hearts and leave us anyway, forever, never to return.